We're operating under the assumption that it's often difficult for women to be taken seriously. Maybe you're developers or who work in video games or some of the fields that are typically not female-oriented. And of course, historically, tech has not been very welcoming to women in general. So I'm starting out with that assumption. What we're questioning is, how has the web impacted how women are able to communicate and present ourselves and be taken seriously? Because in theory, you would think that the web would allow us to put out information, put out our ideas and opinions without immediately being judged as women through fantastic things like text. So we just wanted to talk about a few questions, some experiences we've had, and thoughts about how they relate to the bigger picture.
When I started out my career in 1998, there was, gender wasn't an issue. I worked for an agency that dealt with creating websites back in Chicago, and my client was Maytag. So if I didn't know how to create a wireframe or talk to a client about an href or a JPEG, I didn't get the work. So being taken seriously for me was genderless in terms of understanding how to get a website created. And as I've gone through my career and seen different web tools and different things come online, I do think that women have the opportunity to be taken seriously, especially if you're a phenomenal writer, phenomenal blogger, if you're consulting with different brands and using the web. But I've also seen a couple of steps back with the tools that are available to women today, using those tools in some ways in an incorrect fashion, which may not allow you to be taken as seriously as you would like. If the topic is being taken seriously for your work, phenomenal tools we have today like Facebook and MySpace enable you to show a different side of yourself, but I think some women use those tools in a way that really isn't having them being taken seriously, as it may be a deterrent to what they're really trying to portray online because of the images they display.
Why I got hired was obviously because I was very talented in Photoshop, I guess, or any artistic abilities. And then I started working there, and then after a while, I realized they started putting me in front of the camera for their shows, or putting me in front of a microphone. Not that I didn't mind, but I could tell that even my own company would try to push me as sort of a personality just because the girl in the gaming industry is so rare. And so because of that, I feel like I know for some companies that having a woman spokesperson would generate some sort of buzz, but at that time I actually felt a little bit negative towards it. And yeah, so it's funny because you started out as pretty much sort of genderless, skill-based, and that's what I really thought working would be like, and instead it became the polar opposite.
Treated very fairly and am on board with my peers in a way that is exceptional. And I have that experience in real life in certain areas too, but then there's definitely places you go and it won't drop. One of the message boards I'm on, and most of the people there are very good friends of mine, show us your boobs is the running joke. And they would never do that in real life. Never, never, never. So I think it just depends, and I think as long as we have issues of gender inequality in society in general, they're gonna crop up on the web. It's not a separate island.
Every new contact I had made via text, via email with my credentials, I wasted so much time on the job of company time just going through, yes, I'm a chick, okay, I got it, yes, the name is funky, all right, let's get down to business, and it was really frustrating.
And everybody, like during my my TA sessions, I don't know what the right term is, but they would be kind of mean to me.
Yeah. That when people ask you questions about your field, whether it's tech or not, that you can be really nice and really open and make sure you're not being condescending and tell people what you know. I mean, every one of us doing that I think would make a huge difference in this problem.